Barak Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakudash. Meanwhile, on 4th of July, around the world, things are getting worse, while here in America, people are popping fireworks and eating nasty-ass pork ribs. Japan specifically, is battling with radioactive water and what to do with it. Let's see exactly what they got planned.
It was used to cool down the damaged reactors. Now it has accumulated in the plant. It fills 1,000 tanks in the complex. And space is running out. So Japan wants to release this water into the sea, but this is extremely controversial.
Meanwhile, people are going to, here in America, people are watching fireworks, waving flags in the air, and eating nasty-ass pork ribs. Happy 4th of July, brother. Hey, what you doing for the 4th? You gonna go see the fireworks show?
Because this isn't your everyday all-natural water. This is radioactive wastewater. It has been treated, sure, but it still contains tritium. That's a radioactive material. It's difficult to separate from water, but Japan wants to release it regardless.
And whose technology did they get this from? Why does Japan have radioactive water and radioactive power plants that can produce radioactive water? An enclosed island is now stuck with millions of radioactive water, and their only solution is to pour it into the ocean. Esau, man. This is what happens under your rule, under the wicked's rule. What does that say in Proverbs 29:2? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Gradually dump it into the sea over the span of a few decades. And to the world, this is concerning. The island nation says this water is safe, but many strongly disagree, especially China. China has called for the suspension of this plan. Japan has repeatedly tried to change China's mind about it, to explain its stance to Beijing, but China, being China, has ignored the offers for a conversation.
Who will monitor the discharge that has so much uncertainty for so long? How to monitor it? How to ensure the credibility of monitoring? There is no tangible conclusion to any of these questions. Our request is simple. That is, the Japanese side calls off the ocean discharge plan, earnestly consults with the international community, and jointly explores a scientific, safe, and transparent way to deal with the issue that is acceptable to all parties.
Psalms 140, verse 8. Grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked devices, lest they exalt themselves. In China, I can't stand y'all. Y'all are like a literal copycat of America. The damn copycat of Esau Edom. And y'all think y'all are going to rule by doing the same things that he did. By going about it the same way. But y'all got another thing coming. Because this isn't going to last for too much longer. Y'all aren't going to be in power. Y'all aren't going to be in power for too much longer. And no more of this BS is going to be going on. Now you got people around the world worried about radioactive water in the ocean. even though y'all have already fucked up the ocean damn near beyond recognition to the point where there's whales beaching themselves and millions of fishes dying by the days, by the weeks. Let's just go ahead and add one more affliction.
South Korea is worried too. Guess what they're doing about it? Hoarding excessive amounts of sea salt. There has been a sudden surge in demand, and it has risen prices of salt by 27% in just 2 months. People worry that radioactive materials may contaminate the salt, or that salt supply from Japan may reduce, which could increase its price further. So South Koreans are planning ahead, and in doing so, they're panic buying.
저장할 수 있는 용량.
I recently bought 5 kilograms of salt. As a mother raising 2 children, I couldn't just sit back and do nothing because I wanted to feed them safely. Once you throw this into the ocean, it becomes irreversible. If problems arise later on, it will be a belated regret.
조금 들더라고요.
And this anger extends to the Pacific Islands. They're still dealing with the legacy of nuclear weapons testing. This was done by the US, the UK, and France in the 1940s. So the Pacific Islands fear additional water contamination, and they oppose Japan's plan too.
Throwing radioactive water waste in the Pacific Ocean will harm not only the fishes in the ocean, but as well as the people who will be exposed to the radioactive material. And this means that our exposure to radioactive oceans will be continuous and will be passed on to the next generation of young people who will be relying on the oceans for their livelihood.
But more than a dampened relationship with neighboring countries, Japan is facing fierce anger within its boundaries. The local fishing communities say the plan will destroy their livelihoods.
But that's okay, because you know Esau, he's come up with a solution. It's called 3D printed fish. As you could just see, Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And I'd be pretty pissed too. I'd be pissed too. This is the result of having radioactive technology go wrong. Not only does it affect the island or the place that it went wrong in, now you have to affect the rest of the world with its side effects. And this is why we scream out Psalms 94:3. Yahweh, how long shall the wicked triumph? How long do we have to deal with this? It's just getting worse.
They've had to rebuild over a decade. They believe consumers will shun their catch, prices will skyrocket, and fishers will go hungry.
Those who say nuclear contaminated water is safe, none of them actually work in the fishery business or know what is going on. Those of us in the aquaculture industry all think it's unsafe. Even before the dumping of the nuclear contaminated water, I was affected by it.
You hear this, man? You hear this, man? Isaiah 57:21. There is no peace, saith my power, to the wicked. They don't get no peace. They just get more crap. On top of crap, on top of crap. But if you listen to them, don't worry, we got solutions. Fake meat, lab-grown meat, 3D printed fish.
Everything collapsed in my life. What I'm thinking now is you shouldn't eat any fish at all. Let's see what meat and other alternatives are available.
Do you see? Do you see? Lab-grown fish right there. 3D printed fish right there. And the people are going to eat it up. They're going to go for it. Why? Because the natural has been destroyed. You know, everybody had to play Esau's game, and this is the result. This is the result of the wicked. Radioactive water in the oceans. Radioactive fish. It's starting to feel like the world is literally turning into the cartoon Futurama. Many people are about to lose their livelihood, as this man here has just said. He's saying, don't even bother eating fish. If this man continues, there really will be nothing left. This is why he's got his heart set on space. Because he didn't messed up the earth damn near to the point of no return. And he thinks he's just going to get away with it. You're just going to leave your quote unquote your serfs down here to just deal with it. While you, Elon, the Rothschilds get to go off and colonize another planet. Please. Y'all got another thing coming.
But even so, Japan has one ally, not a country, not its people, but a UN watchdog, the International Atomic Energy Agency. This agency says there's nothing wrong with Tokyo's plan to release wastewater. Listen to this.
The plan, as it has been proposed and devised, is in conformity with the agreed international standards. And its application, if the government decides to proceed with it, would have negligible impact on the environment, meaning the water, fish, and sediment.
Negligible impact on the environment. And we can imagine how happy this would have made Japan, because they've been trying their best to make the world believe it.
Proverbs 29:12. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. And that's all they know how to do is lie. How do you come out and tell the people, oh, it'll be fine? Radioactive waste is not that bad, bro. You'll be okay. Y'all gotta go, man. Esau, you gotta go. And the rest of you dumbass nations for following right behind this man, especially you, China, thinking that you're gonna be the next Esau? You're gonna be the next America? Huh. No way. If the Lord weren't coming, we'd all be grass. We'd all be done. Because these people are clearly retarded. Every last one of them. But it was meant to be that way. It was meant to be that way. Because the Lord's got to come back and set everything right. All praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Meanwhile, 2/3 wicked Jake and the rest of these dumbass Americans are walking with their damn head in the sand or head in the clouds, still celebrating like the rest of the world isn't in torment. Like the country you live in isn't the one pushing said torment or creating said torment or responsible for said torment. But as long as it doesn't come across your screen, your YouTube page, your phone, your TV, it doesn't exist, right? 4th of July, Meanwhile, around the world,
Japan will continue to provide explanations to the Japanese people and to the international community in a sincere manner, based on scientific evidence and with a high level of transparency.
So Japan is planning to go ahead with the water release, even though no one seems to be buying their explanation. Countries like China refuse to believe the UN watchdog, much like they don't believe Japan. But the island nation is relentless. It will release a final plan soon after its approval from the regulator. And that should come as early as this week. And after that, it's all hands on deck. All while many wonder if they will soon witness three-eyed fish or a Godzilla origin story.
absolutely. Absolutely. What else has been going on since during 4th of July while everyone is distracted? Most active volcano shakes Peru. Oh, look at that.
Direct Energy's 12-hour Power on Us offer gives you 12 hours of free power between 9 p.m. and 9 a.m.
And now it's time for Vantage Shots, images that tell the story. Peru's most active volcano, Ubinas, has reported heavy activity. It shook the region and sent a column of toxic gas into the air. They're set to declare a state of emergency. In Japan, parts of a sea turned an ominous shade of red. This was after a leak at a local beer factory. The supermoon lit up the skies last night. We have images from Latin America where the moon appeared brighter and larger than usual. And finally, what makes the 4th of July significant? It is America's Independence Day. In 1776, the U.S. gained independence from Britain. And speaking of independence, the U.S. shares this day with its colony, the Philippines, which ironically gained freedom from the United States in the year 1946. After 48 years of colonization. We're leaving you with these images. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
48 years of American sovereignty, the men and women of the Philippines received their independence. Reduced to poverty after the Japanese occupation, Manuel Roxas, newly elected, as a new era of prosperity dawns for the gallant people of the Philippines.
Wow, look at that. Size of time. Jewelry. Yeah. Look at that. Well, what? The Lord is showing signs daily. You see? Signs are being shown constantly, but everyone's so distracted. But not everyone's meant to see. Luke 21:11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, in famines, in pestilences, in fearful sights, and great sights shall there be from heaven. And we just saw that right there. The Lord is getting ready to make his entrance. All praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, I'm of that number that I can see it and I get saved. I get saved from that coming destruction. All praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And this has been Meanwhile. Shalom. Till next time.